Welcome back to the weekend edition of the PM Show with your host, Robert Conrad.
Yes, and we are not talking to you on the weekend show. We're live from 3 to 5 all over the world. We just had a call from France, from Jean-Luc, and I always love enjoying him because he's an authority on our actors. He knows everybody's career, and he lives in France. And I told you we had six guys, standing out in front of our door here that had come to see us, which I thought was great. Now, our guest today is an American actor with more than 100 film and television video credits under his belt. He's a former Marine. He began his career as a Shakespearean actor in the 60s and went on to play authoritative roles as well as murderous villains. You've seen him in the Oscar-winning film No Country for Old Men. He's done everything from teenage drama series One Tree to Hell to his present appearances on the award-winning TV series The Closer. This guy is a really, truly outstanding actor, okay? And let's say hello to Barry Corbin. Barry, hello.
Hello. How are you doing today?
Good. I'm doing good. Thanks for being on the show, you know.
Well, it's my pleasure. I just flew in from Texas, so I'm out here in sunny California right now, and I'll be here for another 2 or 3 weeks.
Hey, good. I just want to share this with you, and our audience knows it because they listen every week. This is the #1 show on cable. You've got 5.5 million people listening to you right now, Barry. Isn't that exciting?
Well, yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah. Well, how the hell do you think I felt? When I took this, I thought it would be 2 to 4 weeks, and tomorrow will be my end of my third year, and it's been so much fun. You got a great audience here. So when you talk to them about anything, they're going to respond. Now, it says here that your career began as a Shakespearean actor, huh?
Yes, sir.
And then I just want to share the audience before we actually talk to you is you did War Games. You worked with John Travolta. We worked with Clint Eastwood. And you've worked with all the superstars, and you are, in what you do, for my taste, and I've seen your work, Barry, you are an outstanding actor. I would call you an actor's actor.
Well, that's the best compliment I've had.
Well, thanks. Now, you're also in like a Western Hall of Fame down in Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
And
I got, they inducted Tommy Lee Jones and I on the same night about 1.5 years ago.
Wow.
And we were the first actors to be inducted into that Hall of Fame. It's mostly rodeo performers and people like that. So
now you're from Texas, Barry, initially, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, how does a guy get from Texas to California to end up starring in all the films that you've done? We have a lot of demographic where there are young actors listening to us too, and they would be interested in hearing.
I started out, I went to Chicago. I was headed to New York and ran out of money in Chicago, so I stayed there for about 1 year. And then I did summer stock throughout the South, and then finally I got my equity card at the Barter Theater in Abingdon, Virginia, and decided it was time to tackle the Big Apple, so I went to New York, not knowing anybody really, and within a month and a half or 2 months, I had a job with the American Shakespeare Festival in Stratford, Connecticut, so it worked out pretty well for me.
Yeah. Now, what do you do, Barry? I mean, the audience wants to know, what do you do with that? If I haven't shared this with you, you have one hell of an accent. What do you do with that accent sometimes when you've got to not have it? How do you do that?
I just get rid of it. I substitute something else.
Wow. Okay. And your training in acting came from where?
Well, I went to Texas Tech, and I studied at the University of Colorado in Boulder. And then they had a fine training program at the Shakespeare Festival in Stratford. I learned stage combat and diction and voice and some acting. We did some acting classes, seminars there. So, and we were welcome to take part in any of it. It was mainly for the apprentices, but we were all welcome to take part in it. So I took part in as much of it as I could.
Well, hey, Barry, they're all scrambling now to get on their computers to Google you, which I think is always fun. If you Google me, you'll see a picture of a guy I don't even know. It's allegedly me, and it has my name as Fulkowski, and my name is far from it. What happens when we look you up on the internet? Is there anything that you want to say isn't so, or anything you want to applaud, or anything that they would be interested in reading?
Well, they can look me up on barrycorbin.com, and if they have plenty of time, they can go through the whole thing. A fellow made up a website for me, and I've never seen it all, so it's on there. And then, of course, they got the other usual deals too.
What? Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, Barry.
No, they all the other sites. I'm not computer literate, so I don't really know what they are. But apparently, you can look up what somebody's doing now. You know.
Yeah, you can look up anything. Sometimes some of the stuff you look up's even true.
Yeah, sometimes they are.
All right, now in your career, looking back, because you're going to look forward. Obviously you're here to do work. What do you is your single most enjoyment from your craft?
Working with the people, particularly young people. I've been doing a lot of these ultra low budget pictures recently, and you get this infectious enthusiasm from these young people that are putting together a movie on the shoestring. They don't have any money. They don't have all they've got is the ambition and desire to do it.
Do you have an actor in your memory that you particularly would identify with or would like? As an example, I loved John Garfield. I loved Earl Flynn, and I loved myself. But who do you maybe identify with?
I think maybe my old friend Pat Hingle, who passed away a couple of years ago. He was one that I admired. I greatly admire Hal Holbrook and Tom Bosley. All guys. There aren't too many guys older than I am, but they are. So it gives me some ambition to age a little more.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen. Is there anything that this audience can do for you? We're going to commercial, and I want to thank you so much for making yourself available to us. It really is a pleasure.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure. There's one thing that they can do. There's a movie called Beyond the Farthest Star, and they're trying to get votes on the computer. You can go to beyondthefartheststar.com and click on to vote that you want this movie in your area. And I did a little interview for them the other day, and it's I haven't seen the movie. I've seen some scenes and clips from it.
Hey, Barry, if you wouldn't mind, we'd like to hold you over and talk about that, and also ask a question about your time in the Marine Corps.
Okay, all right. Well, I wasn't in the Marine Corps too long.
Are you struggling with too much credit card debt, sky-high interest rates, late fees, over-limit fees? Having trouble just making the monthly minimums? We can help. We're Credit Card Relief. We've helped thousands of people become debt-free in months instead of years, all while saving thousands of dollars and without risking your family home. No, this isn't bankruptcy. It isn't one of those credit counseling deals or a high-interest consolidation loan.